When you're selling your condo, that moment an offer finally arrives, it's exciting for sure, but it can also be a little daunting. What's actually inside all that legal paperwork? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down the key parts of a standard offer so you can look at it with total confidence. Let's dive in. All right, here's a quick look at what we're going to cover. First, we'll define what we really mean by an offer. Then we'll get into the core pieces, the nuts and bolts of it. After that, we'll talk about the critical dates, clarify what's actually included in the sale, and finally go over the built-in protections that are there for you. So, first things first, we all call it an offer, right? But its formal name is the Agreement of Purchase and Sale. So, what does that really mean for you as the seller? What is this document? The best way to think about this document is as the buyer's opening move. It's their formal, legally structured proposal that lays out exactly how they'd like to buy your condo, everything from the price they're offering to the day they want to move in. It's not a done deal the second you get it, it's the official start of the conversation. And this is how that conversation usually flows. It kicks off when a buyer submits their signed offer. Then you and your agent at the Bouma Group will sit down and go through every single line. From there, you've really got three options. You can accept it as is, you can reject it, or, and this is what happens a lot of the time, you can propose some changes with what we call a counteroffer. It can go back and forth a bit until everyone's on the same page. So let's peel back the first page of the offer and look at the most fundamental details, basically the who, the what, and how much. You know, this part is all about precision. It has to list the full legal names of everyone involved. That's you, the seller, and every single buyer. It also needs to perfectly detail your property, the unit number, level, parking spots, lockers, everything. Your agent at the Bouma Group makes sure this is all flawless, because a small mistake here can cause big headaches later. And here it is, the number that everyone's eyes jump to first. The purchase price is, of course, the buyer's formal offer for your condo. It's the headline number for sure, but as you'll see, it's really just one piece of the entire puzzle that you and your agent will be looking at. Next up is the deposit. You can think of this as the buyer's skin in the game. It's a sum of money they put forward to prove they're serious about the purchase. That money is held safely in a trust account, and when the sale closes, it just gets applied to the final purchase price. Honestly, a healthy deposit is a great sign that you're dealing with a committed buyer. Now, every single offer operates on a strict timeline. These next two dates are absolutely critical. They really build the entire framework for the deal, from your initial response all the way to closing day. The first key date sets a deadline for your response. What the buyer is saying here is, my offer is good until this specific date and time, and I promise I won't pull it off the table before then. This gives you a protected window of time to review everything with your agent and make a calm, thoughtful decision. The completion date. We often call it the closing day. That's the finish line. It's the day the lawyers do their thing, money changes hands, ownership is officially transferred, and you hand over the keys. This always has to be on a business day, and of course, your agent at the Bouma Group will work with you to find a date that makes sense for your schedule. Okay, this next section is so important because it's all about preventing misunderstandings. An offer has to be crystal clear about exactly what physical things the buyer is getting for their money. So this breaks down into two main categories. Chattels are the movable things, your fridge, stove, washer, dryer, things like that. If the buyer wants them included, they have to be listed right here. Fixtures excluded is for things that are attached to the property, like that special dining room chandelier you love, that you plan on taking with you. The simple rule is, when in doubt, spell it out. Along the same lines, the offer has to clarify who owns major pieces of equipment. A really common example is a hot water tank, which is often a rental. This clause makes sure you disclose any rental contracts you have, and the buyer has to formally agree to take over those payments. It's a key detail your agent at the Bouma Group will always flag. Okay, so the rest of the agreement is filled with a bunch of standard clauses from the Ontario Real Estate Association. And I know, they can look like a wall of dense legal text, but trust me, every single one is there for a reason, and that's to protect both you and the buyer. The title search is a perfect example. It's just standard procedure. It gives the buyer's lawyer some time to do their homework and confirm that you have the clear legal right to sell the property. They're checking for things like hidden claims or old work orders. Basically, it confirms you can deliver a clean title, which is fundamental to any sale. For any condo sale, the status certificate is absolutely vital. Your agent orders this package of documents for the buyer, and it gives them a complete financial and legal health report of the entire condo corporation. It covers the rules, the finances, the insurance, everything. It gives the buyer confidence in the building they're hoping to join. The agreement also includes a few key promises, or warranties, that you make as the seller. For example, you'll confirm that you don't know of any UFFI. That's an old type of insulation with known problems. You also promise that you aren't aware of any secret upcoming meetings that might lead to surprise costs for the new owner. It's all about being transparent. And that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? This explainer can give you the roadmap, but having an expert guide by your side to navigate the actual twists and turns of a live negotiation, well, that's what makes all the difference. So, if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that you are not in this alone. When an offer comes in, your agent at the Bouma Group is right there with you to break it down, explain what every clause means for you, advise on the best strategy, and handle all the negotiation to get you the best possible result. Understanding how an offer is put together is such an important first step. Now that you're familiar with these key pieces, you're not just prepared for an offer to come in, you're empowered to move forward with your sale with total confidence.